Hello, and welcome back to more fun Rune Factory 5 stuff. I had...
I am absolutely delighted. I am
Okay, about now.
absolutely delighted. I am absolutely delighted. I am absolutely delighted.
Good to know. I had quite a fair day yesterday, hanging out with the family, got my booster box of Infinity, uh, played a couple of pack wars with my little brother, so, I mean, that was fun, that was nice. Oh, cloudy day, but not a rainy day. I see. Don't mind me, I got some food, so I'm eating it, and as one does. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Where's my water? It's down here. Don't forget to stay hydrated, y'all, because that is very important. Still a couple of days away from getting the blue flower done, but I guess today we're going after Grimoire Scales. There's not really much to say about stuff that happened yesterday. I mean, whatever. We hung out. We watched movies. Played some Cards with the Family. Didn't do any more Betrayal Legacy. Wasn't really time for doing that. Oh, guess the cucumber's all done. Guess this field is all tapped out. Oh. No, not quite. Almost there. Not quite, though.
Take that!
Although I am perfectly well aware that I will need another red crystal flower for purpose of harvesting. Oh. Just a text from my aunt. She got me a gift. It was like a nice, like, blue top, but it's like really soft and stuff, so I sent her a text thanking her for it. To say it was nice. Oh gosh. Do I want to spend a whole day again just chopping down resources? I very well could. I'll at least chop the ones that are here, because the ones right here are kind of in the way.
Nice.
Monsters in the shed should be out eventually. Actually, wait a second. Did I ever...
All right.
Health 153, so health is fine. Health is fine. Everything is fine. Choppy chop chop. Okay, no. Once again, we're going to just be grinding up more resources in the hopes of getting all the things that we want. Nothing much to talk about. Birthday stuff going on. No more birthday plans. So no more real birthday plans prepared. No special games that I'm planning on playing. I know last year I was going to make October like fairy month because that was back before I had like specific weekly schedules. So I was just going to play a whole bunch of games with like involving fairies or with like fairies in the title or something. And that was all I was going to do. I only need those crimson furs, right? If I need more, I know where to get them at least. Here, take this. Okay. Everything should be fine, right? Okay. So how do we get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 grimoire skills we need? Or we need to fight some little grimoires. My aunt wants me to send her a picture of me wearing the new top. Maybe eventually. Okay. Okay, but where is it? It's in the seed floating fortress somewhere. Is it a boss fight or is it just a regular old fight? Oh, well. Guess we're going to the seed floating fortress and we're going to try to find these things. little grimoires, so like baby dragons. Yeah, maybe I should bring Joey along. He knows all about baby dragons, right? Oh gosh. Unfairity does look like so much fun. Who knows, maybe I'll build some stuff about... Oh shoot. Speaking of dragons, I need to go back to the Earth Dragon to get my animal companion if we're going to be running around a whole lot. Gonna need the extra speed. Yeah, so cheating on my quote-unquote diet. Because, hey, got steak, we got salmon, we got cheesecake, like... Oh my gosh.
Nice.
I keep complaining about gaining weight, and then I go and eat, like this. It's not logical. But that's part of being human, right? You don't have to be logical.
All together now.
So what do we got going on here? Oh, hey.
Oops.
Some little goblins, some little sorcerers, a little orc. Nothing major. Nope, still no dragons. Ah. Well, whatever. I've been playing, what's that new game I've been doing? Hunter X? That game has been a lot of fun. Really. Been having a lot of fun playing that. It's nice playing a Metroidvania. Just the whole feeling of, hey, you get into a new area and it's like, oh my gosh, the monsters here are so strong. It takes like all I have just to try to fight one of them off, and oh my gosh, there's so many areas here that I can like not get to and stuff, and then you like level up a couple of times, you get like a new movement ability, and then it's like boop boop boop, zip zip zip. Yeah, I'm thinking that between today and tomorrow... Oh, it's this.
Thanks for the lift. No. I am absolutely delighted.
Oh yeah, watch some reincarnate as a sword with my brother, right? That.
Thank goodness.
He's getting used to watching subbed anime, so that's pretty cool.
I'm so glad to see you again.
Yeah, I still remember first time I tried to get him to watch sub, and he like just could not read fast enough to keep track of it. And this sub is like poorly done, because instead of the lines being, you know, top to bottom like they're on here, they'd be bottom to top. So you read the bottom line, and then you read the line above it, instead of reading the top line and then the one below. So it'd be like, press the X button to use the start feature, then below that is like, use the Y button. Like, I guess in this it doesn't make sense, but it's like, you know how writing is. It's...
Ready to go?
Yeah. So going to the next line below, you go to the next line up. For some reason. And that's like all of the subtitles. Like, a lot of the time it doesn't matter because the person only says, like, one line. So it's like, whatever. But when they say two lines, and it's actually not two lines, it's one line that's long enough to be cut into two. Where did you yell him? Oh gosh, I still remember those fights against, like, the giant. That giant golem back in Rune Factory 4 and trying to fight it with a watering can. It's like, okay, stick close to it, dart out to this side because it attacks right fist, left fist. So it move on to its left so it attacks. But there's a small chance that it punches left fist, right fist, in which case you're screwed.
Take that! Okay, let's go! Please hit! Hey!
Come on. So, But yeah, now it's just simple little fights. We're really phoning it in for this episode. Really don't know what I should be saying.
Yeah, yeah! Ha!
Honestly. But you know what? Whatever. I'm still here. I'm still playing. I'm gonna be playing more games as well, because between today and tomorrow, I think I have to do more Dark Cloud as well. Oh, that's right. Happy birthday to me, right? This episode is going up midnight on my birthday. Yay. I also arranged it so one of the Aeon Zen videos is going up on my birthday as well, so that would be... So that's nice. I mean, I might have gotten my start with playing games with video games. Nikolai's Pirates and Super Mario Bros. Specifically. Oh yeah, gosh! Ah, I should have been doing Let's Play of one of those. Although, I don't think that I could single-handedly turn the original Super Mario Bros. On the NES into a 1 hour long Let's Play. I'm sure if I gave myself an hour to play it, I'd be able to beat that game. I know that, last episode or episode before that, I did a whole talk about how games are a lot shorter nowadays. But, I mean, no. I don't know, but just in general. Well, no, in general, games feel like they're a lot shorter nowadays. That's the thing. Because, yeah, people who actually used to play games way back in the days of Nintendo, especially when if they're just like little children at the time and thus not very good at playing games, the games would be a lot more harder, relatively speaking.
All right!
Yay. And thus, it would require more effort to get through them and all that, and also the whole don't have as much time to play games. Yeah, I remember like the early days on this channel. Well, yeah, I was recording Let's Plays and then like going to school, and like every like month or two I just record a whole bunch of episodes, cut them into 15-minute segments, because the recording software that I was using at the time could directly upload the videos that I made straight onto YouTube, but could only upload 15-minute videos. So that's why I always used to cut my videos to 15 minutes.
Wonderful.
But now, just a solid hour. God, could I imagine? Yeah, and instead of trying to like pace out the videos to spread them up over, you know, a period, I just... It's like, okay, here's all the videos. Like, as soon as I'm done editing them, boom, upload. Boom, upload, boom, upload. And like, that's just what I did. As soon as the next video is done, hit upload on it. So I'd upload like nothing for a month and then like 30 videos in like 2 days. It took a while for everything to upload. But now it's like, nope, just a steady, constant pace.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Although I do think it'd be funny to do Let's Play series on Frosthaven. It's, yeah, still waiting for that to come in. Apparently it has been shipped, but it will take a while just to get, like, to the... What is it? It's been shipped, so it's on a boat, but it's going... but it's going to take a little while to get to the continent, where it'll be sent to a distributor and then sent out via like cars and trucks and stuff to get here. So it has been shipped, but it's still going to take a while. And even if it takes like 2 months, then I can still get started with it. Get started with recording. Because I really hope it does get here before the new year, so I can get a couple of episodes done right away. Actually, in fact, I should look up what day of the week the first is. So I know that for the Dark Chronicle challenge run that I had going on there for a while, and if you haven't seen it, you really should check it out, because oh my gosh, that was an episode that was, at least originally, well, at least once the challenge run part started, that was a test of patience. That was a big test of patience. And then it just ended like a regular old casual run, instead of going all the way through it, because oh my gosh, no. I'd be down for trying it again, but I definitely want to use some sort of cheat code next time. I don't want to have to do all of that grinding. That was way too much.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Can it be Dark Chronicle gun only? Yeah, it is interesting the changes that were made between Dark Cloud and Dark Cloud 2. The whole like, okay, you unlock the characters as you go on, so like basically one character per chapter until you reach all 6 characters. Each character has their own type of weapon that they are specialized in. So, like, Tone has, like, swords, Zio has slingshots, Goro has not strictly hammers, but, like, you know, heavy weapons. Hammers and axes. Heavy weapons. What's the name? Ruby? Yeah. Ruby has rings, aka magic use. And then there are the 2 other characters that I haven't gone to yet.
Wonderful.
I think one of them is Oswald, but I'm not sure. I know for sure that at least one of those 2 other characters, his name starts with an O. I think one of them is Oswald. They might both start with O's. I don't know. It's been a while, and most of my experience playing Dark Cloud was just playing that first dungeon. Like, other than this Let's Play through it that I've been doing, I haven't played through even so much as the 3rd dungeon in so many years. I played so much trying to just get through that first dungeon. Now though, I mean, if I really tried, I could probably do it in like 2 hours, maybe? If I really wanted to rush it, maybe I could do it in an hour. I don't know. Well, I was talking about speed runs and such for it. But yeah, speaking of which, I have to do more Dark Cloud, have to go run through the actually, I don't think I even have to run through the dungeon, considering, no. Considering where I am at, like, experience-wise, I guess it could be nice to get a few extra levels, but I have power-up powder for that, so I don't need the weapon levels anymore. I could just go straight to the boss. Heck, get a fish, go to, like, the last level or second last level. One of those is a high XP level. Grind until I get to whatever level I need. Maybe use power-up powders. And then I'm just good.
Wonderful.
Just good, and I'll just be good for, like, the rest of the game, probably. The only thing I really need is to get, proper weapons for all of the characters. That shouldn't be too difficult to do, I would imagine. have that going for me. I want to complete Hunter X. I think the first episode just went up on Saturday. And I'm already on... I've already done 7 episodes of it. If I had to guess, I would imagine that I have at least 3 more episodes to go. Yeah, if I had to guess, probably about 3 more episodes, depending on how difficult the last couple of bosses are. So that's my guess, that episode 10 will be the last episode of Hunter X.
Wonderful.
No, I haven't finished it yet, and I'm not saying, hey, I think it's gonna be 10. Wink, wink. No, not done yet. Because I know that that playing with time is very easy in recordings and all of that. It's very much easy to do, but yeah, want to get some episodes of that done today. Also want to try to get some Unfinity stuff done. Not too sure how I could make a recording of it if it's just me here. That's what I was hoping to have Chandra over and we'd like do some sealed of it, open a couple of packs, make some decks, have some fun.
Thank goodness.
I've been doing pack wars, like I said. I've been calling them pack wars. It's not official pack wars. Of just open up a pack, make it 5 little decks of 3, play, play some quick one-on-one games against each other with infinite mana. You can't deck out, and and starting life total of 5.
Yeah.
And just playing that one-on-one, and it's been going well. Playing some cards that like work together. But especially with like Unfinities, like the 2 of us are there while like our parents are just like, hanging around, like doing their thing around the house. And so it's like, oh, well, counter that spell, but ask someone outside that game if that spell looks scary. So it's like, hey, does this look scary to you? And
Wonderful.
yeah, whatever. So yeah, gonna do some more of that, and oh yeah, that's right. For the box topper for the box, I pulled foil steam vents. I don't know what, but I just have luck with pulling special editions of steam vents. That's like the 3rd one now. Oh yeah, the first one was Battle of Zendikar when they had the expeditions, like $100+ cards. And I pulled an Expedition Steam Vents as pack 1 in a draft. Which I then sold to someone for enough money to go and buy another box. I don't think I pulled any more Expeditions, though I did get a couple boxes of the set. I still remember one year getting a birthday gift from my dad. It was a box of Battle for Zendikar, a box of Tonto Kore, which I still have, and have all the cards for and all of that. They're just in different boxes now, but I still have it. And 2 boxes of cookies that were and 2 boxes of Girl Scout cookies, which I do not have, but those cookies were good. Do I still have... I don't still have the box of that Battle for Zendikar, but I'm sure I still have the cards from it somewhere. Still sitting on a couple of Dominaria United Giraffe boosters. Just sitting nearby. Just a couple of, loose booster packs that I have no real intention of opening on my own anytime soon. And here I think that I'd have to put them, like, out of sight, out of mind to resist opening them, but it's like, no, they're just there. Whatever. I don't like just opening packs just for the sake of opening packs. Just going, oh, what rare did I get? Oh, this, and this was... And I got this as a foil. Okay, next pack. Wonderful. I like the whole idea of opening them and using them for, like, a sealed thing. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I'll do versus against Garuk or something. I don't know. I still think that every Magic set should have had a special Planeswalker to play against it. At the very least, I mean, people could go back and try to make Planeswalkers that would be balanced to play Sealed against. I wonder what is stronger, Draft or Sealed? I'd imagine that Sealed has more potential to be strong. Just because you have access to twice as many cards. So if you get lucky and get a lot of cards that work well together, it would be better. But Draft, you're more likely. Yeah. Draft, you're more likely to get cards that work together. Sealed, you just have more cards to work with. But which one is stronger, I'm not experienced enough to say. Don't destroy You destroyed the portal.
Congratulations! This is your 999th adventure. I kid,
I mean, strictly speaking, the game should be able to count how many times you've loaded it up.
Nice.
Yeah, instead of eating and then recording, I was thinking I would just eat while recording. What do you think? It's noisy? It probably is, yes.
Wonderful.
At this rate, I'm going to be grinding for these Grimoire scales just all day, which, you know what, fine, that works for me. Just keep going for more scales and don't mind anything else that happens.
Thank goodness. Yes.
You know what they say? More scales, less problems? That's what I'm going for here. Don't mind anything. Don't know what that was all about, but don't mind anything. Yeah, Cinnamon sure missed me while I was gone. When I come back, he's all meow, 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 meow. Yeah, no, actually it turned out that he just wanted some more water. He'd run out. Because... I mean, normally it takes him a few days to run out of water. Like, he filled it before I left, and it was only, like, overnight. Okay, it was, like, a day. Like, probably around 24 hours. You know. Hi, Simon. Yes, I'm talking about you. He's normally fine.
All right.
Hey, what do you think, Simon? You want to try auditioning for a role in Hocus Pocus 3? Oh my god. I mean, if Hocus Pocus 3 waits as long to come out as Hocus Pocus 2 did after the first one,
Wonderful.
Cinnamon won't even be alive for the third one. Wow. Now that's something worth thinking about. So waited bloody, what? Almost 29, around 29 years? 1993 to 2022?
All right.
Oh my gosh, yeah. children's homework these days, a lot of it is so simple. It's like, you know, basic math, whatever. How long ago was 1993 from now? And some of it is like, list 5 times in the past week that you've experienced on Wii. And it's like, gosh. But okay, if anyone knows any video games that play like a classic Iseki thing, I'm so down to play them. I want a game where, like, when you defeat a monster, you get some experience for defeating it, and also you get access to that monster's like stats. So you could choose to go the evil route and start killing humans who have stats to start stealing their, you know, stats, whatever. Well, not stats so much. You steal their skills. So, like, you know, dragon has fire breathing. You defeat it. Now you have a fire breathing skill that you have to put your like skill points towards. So you beat them, you get some skill points, and you get access to a new skill. And it's like, okay, let's start doing this. I like the idea of a game where instead of just like leveling up, it's like, hey, you level up, get like some bonus to strength, some bonus to defense, whatever. You get skill points, and you just use skill points. I know that there are a lot of tabletop games that do it. Like in Shadowrun, when you defeat, when you go on runs and stuff, you can get money to buy stuff with, and you can get karma. And oftentimes, if you go, like, the nice route, aka the route that doesn't get you as much money, you'll be compensated by getting more karma, because you were being good. But even if you're totally a sleaze and totally evil, as long as you get the job done, you should get at least a little bit of karma, because you did do a job for somebody. Although, trying to keep par with Shadowrun stuff, it's like being on chapter 50 of Spy vs. Spy. It's like, oh yeah, well, I'll run my chemical-free gun through there. It's like, aha, but I have this lace to be, like... It's like, well, I want to bring my gun into this building to assassinate this person. It's like, aha, I have metal detectors at the entrance to every building in town, so that they will detect your gun. Oh yeah, well, make a gun out of ceramics so it doesn't actually have any metal, so your metal detectors can't detect it. Okay, fine, I'll have a chemical tracer inside my metal detector so I can trace your bullets. Like, okay, well, fine, I won't use black powder in my bullets. I'll use, like, electric ignition and stuff with, like, plastic explosives. Aha! I'll have explosive detective set up, so I'll be able to detect the plastic explosives in your gun. It's like, okay, well, fine, I'll use a modified, like, spring-loaded dart gun. I'll just, you know, dart gun someone from close range and I'll assassinate them that way. It's like, oh yeah, well, I'll make sure that all of my targets wear, like, special armor around their protected, around their sensitive areas so that your dart gun won't wind up doing anything. It's like, well, I'll get, like, extra piercing whatever stuff. It's like, oh yeah, well, I'll set up, you know, piercing detecting dogs so I'll be able to know that you're doing that. It's like, oh yeah, well, it's like, oh yeah, well, your weapon is going to be pretty bulky. I'll make sure that my security officers do a full and complete inspection of everything that you're bringing in, and they'll be able to find your gun. It's like, fine, I'll disguise my gun as jewelry then. It's like, oh yeah, well, I'll put pickpockets into the building who are going to steal your jewelry, so you can't fully assemble your gun, so you can't, like, do that. So you can't assemble it, so you can't shoot my target, so you can't kill them. It's like, well, I'm going... It's like, yeah, well, I'm just going to then hack into the Matrix and just, you know, go into your subject's brain chip and hack that, because at some point along the line, brain chip was put into the subject to keep it safe from some method of assassination. It's like, okay, we'll all do this, we'll all do that, we'll all do this, we'll all do that. I remember one run I was in. The goal was steal a painting. A specific painting, mind you. Apparently a big painting that... But it's like, you think it's like, okay, just, you know, check the place for nighttime security, go in at night, steal the painting, leave. No. Instead,
Wonderful.
we hacked into the fridge to, you know, make it shut off, so they hired a repair tech. So we found, like, so we hung out nearby, waited for the repair tech to come in, like, put a trace on their vehicle, followed the repair tech back home, broke in, took them out stealthily, stole their vehicle, hacked in, broke down the fridge again so they would call the repair tech again, used a recording of the repair tech's voice to be all like, yeah, it's like, oh, well, I can't make it, but I'm going to be sending some of my co-workers there instead. We get ourselves some nice, like, you know, work suits, and the van, go in, get to the fridge, say, oh, hey, there's some, like, awakened moss in here or something. You're going to have to, like, shut off your awakened field so we can deal with it, because apparently the painting itself was awakened and would trip the alarm if it left the property. So we couldn't just break in, we had to take out that field somehow as well. It's like, okay, and then somehow, with all the people still in the house, I think the goal was, like, shut off the lights, get everyone out of the room for a minute, put our... Yeah, put up the fake painting that we had brought, that we had stealthily carried in, put the real painting into the fridge, tell them, oh, well, we can't fix the fridge here. We'll have to bring it back to our workshop and, you know, fix it there and then bring it back. With the goal, it's like, oh, by the way, there's awakened moss in here. You're gonna have to, like, turn off your force field, otherwise it's, you know, going to trick your alarms when we bring it out. Hoping that they would not realize that there wasn't actually moss involved in the fridge at all, and that they wouldn't, like, somehow be able to detect that the real painting was just shoved into the fridge. Also somehow shoving the painting into the fridge. That was another thing that we had to do. I think another good was in the last, like, 5 hours, did I? Like, Shadowrun is fun and all, but it's so insanely convoluted. And with all of that, I still can't run a pixie because they are so OP. And yet a pixie is too OP to be used. Like, whatever happened to the good old days? Like, yeah, sneaking, having Marissa just sneak into a place and just, like, okay, we need to break in, take this drive, leave. It's like, alright. It's like, okay, there's a window here, check for alarms, no alarms, or disable the alarms. Unlock it from the outside with, you know, a special unlocking tool, open it up, sneak in, wear a nice full, like, suit so I don't get picked up on IR or EVs or X-rays or MRIs or MREs, sorry. No, like, heat detection, nothing, specially suit to deal with all of the detection. And then all I have to do is make sure to not be seen by things. Have people go in and take down the camera so the cameras don't see me. I have, I have just poison at the ready to take down guards so they don't see me. Biochem. BioWare, which is, you know, like Cyberware, like you'd seen Cyberpunk, except it's biological components, like a chemical gland of some drug that will make the target fall asleep. So all they'll know is that they were stung by something and they fell asleep on their job. So then it's like, well, clearly someone was breaking in last night. I don't know who, but it's like, we can tell that somebody broke in, because the cameras were turned off and this window wound up getting unlocked.
Yes!
And our thing was stolen, so somebody broke in. But we don't know who. So, yeah.
Wonderful. Nice.
But it's like, as soon as I want to do something like out of the box with a character, everyone is just there to tell me, no, that idea is stupid and won't work. And, well, if you want to make a character just so you can sit there and be useless all session, then that's your own prerogative to do, but you're an idiot for trying it. And it's like, if the idea is there in the book, it's there to be done. So what if I want to have a character who's like, you know, world famous by day and puts on a street running persona to be like a super sleuth at night, and like there's the world famous like trait that is a trait in the book and I want to play with it, and then everybody, including like the mods on the server, are like, oh well, see, if you actually choose that for a character, you'll just be kidnapped by a corporation, so you'll actually be downgraded from world famous to corp famous, and there's literally nothing that you can do about it. Even if you're not a Shadowrunner, you'll be instantly taken by a corporation and just downgraded from world famous to corp famous. So being world famous is actually impossible. That's what I was told by multiple moderators. That's like, nope, if you try to be world famous, nope. Nobody can be world famous. You're not allowed. I mean, you can try it, but you're just gonna be kidnapped. But it's like, you can try it, but we won't let you. As opposed to just, no, we house rule that as to being a no. It's, oh yeah, you can totally make a character with it. We're just going to make sure that you are miserable if you try to do it. So basically, no. So basically speaking, I'm not allowed to. So it's like, okay, well, what's the point of having it if I'm not allowed to use it? It's like, oh, well, you're allowed to use it? We'll just make sure that you're completely miserable the entire time that you play the character until you realize how bad of an idea it is and how stupid you are for considering it as a character build. It's like, no, our goal will be to make sure that you, the player, suffer. That you, the player, regret your actions for trying to make a character that could possibly be interesting in any sort of way. Like, I've had... It's like the #1 rule in making characters in Shadowrun is never take the sinner quality. Sinner is actually that you have like social ID, social identification number, an SIN. Like, hey, if you have that, and if you have that, then the police don't even have to see you. They just know that you're there. If you're committing a crime, and then you'll leave your sin behind and everybody will be able to know it's you even if you run a fake sin, or it's something stupid like that. Like, because in Shadowrun world, you have to run your sin at all times or else you will get arrested by the police. Period. If anyone does not have their sin up and active and open to be picked out by the cops at all times, they will just get arrested for not using one. And if you have the sinner quality and you get, like, captured or something, then they'll be able to force that real sin out of you and be able to arrest you for the rest of your life for whatever crimes that you do. But if you don't have a sin and you just run a fake sin and the cops get you, they run the fake sin and everything is fine. It's like, okay, well, can't you be a sinner and just only run the fake sin and not run the real one? I mean, you can, but if the cops find you, they'll find it the real sin anyway and you'll be arrested. And you'll still be, like, in jail forever anyway. Okay, so just never use it. And it's like, you know, the same kinds of things they were saying about the world famous. Like, technically you could take the trait, but it's like, once you get captured, your character is basically just dead forever. It's like, okay, fine, don't take it then. And then I go on a run, and every single run I went on in that, on that server, there was at least one, like, character who had the sinner quality. It's like, oh, well, if you want the day job quality, you have to have either a real sin or a fake sin with a high enough rating that is so high as to be actually impossible to get at character creation. Because there's a whole availability for items. At character creation, you can't take anything above availability like 10 or whatever, and the sin required is like availability like 12. So if you really wanted at character creation, you'd either have to have a character slot ready to go to make the character, where you could just have stuff at a higher availability just by character creation, because hey, if you play more, then you can just make a better character, right? Because that's fair to all the new people. Or take a whole other trait where you can have one item of higher availability, but now you're looking at spending a heck of a lot of points just to have a job that is not going to pay nearly as much as one, like, mid-tier run. Yeah, having the job for a month doesn't pay as much as, like, one mid-tier run for the month. So it's like... And also, if your character does have a job that is enough to, like, support their lifestyle, well, then why would they run anyways? Why would they risk everything that they have just to go on a run? Whereas if running is their only source of income, then they have that as an excuse. Cinnamon, get off the wall. Off the wall. Can't. So, yeah.
Wonderful.
No, it isn't. But I want games. I want to play games. I want to have fun. I want to, like, do stuff, level up in interesting ways, even if it's not technically leveling up. Getting extra skills and whatever to put into points and such. I remember at one point playing a superhero tabletop role-playing game where you could put points into, like, different skills or traits or whatever that you could have. And I made the observation, it's like, hey, if a person really wanted to, at level 1, they could make a character with, like, a plus 400 bonus to initiative and, like, nothing else. You had, like, 100 points to build a character, and a plus 4 to initiative was 1 point. It's like, if you really want to, you can make a character that's just plus 400 to initiative. There'd be no, like, actual reason to doing it, because you couldn't really do anything with your initiative. Like, buying the ability to shoot a gun took points if you wanted to shoot it with any sort of accuracy. And I think you would have to spend points to get money to buy a gun in the first place. It's like, you could punch someone for normal human damage, or someone could just go, it's like, okay, cool, well, I'll just spend a point, or whatever, spend a whatever resource, and I'll just make sure that I get first in initiative, because that is a trait of the system. You can just choose to go first in initiative if you spend one of, like, an action point, or whatever they were called. It's like, yep, it's like, I didn't want to make the plus 400 initiative character, but it's funny that that was an option.
Nice.
I think I made a character who was, like, mundane, like, no magical abilities. But we're allowed to use a splat book that had a trait where, when your character gets to low health, they get, like, a bonus, like, however many points, like an extra 50% points, or they're below, like, a quarter health or 10% health or something. You use the points and you basically transform into another character, or, you know, change up, yeah. And your character gets all those points, but you have to, like, set what the points are going to be allocated towards. like when you pick up this trait. So you could choose a character who's like decent with guns, and then when they get super low on health, they get like really good at guns, or get like a brawler, and then when they get low on health, they gain regeneration. So you can make sure to always be at like 10% health. Kind of thing. Just as a little, you know, dire straits type of skill. So it's like, okay, like so I made like a melee fighter character with no magical abilities. However, when she gets down to dire straits, she turns into a dragon. Yes, you can change the character's like size and like typings and armor and natural armor and all that stuff with skill points. And with those like 50 skill points or however many extra I got, I was able to put them all into like increase size category from medium to large. It's like give natural armor, add claws, like add claws and fangs and wings, add fire breathing, add an aura of aura of damage, like change body type. So yeah, essentially a melee fighter who, when she gets really far down and damaged, just turns into a dragon. That's it. That's the thing. If she gets hurt,
When did you get here?
boom, dragon form. And there's like an aura, like touch range aura of damage. So anything that comes into contact with her will start getting hurt. But she's immune to her own aura, of course. So it'd be like the ground itself, like, will start to like wither away because they are touching the ground. Clothes, of course, would be shredded, but so that's why I turned to dragon instead of just, you know, stay as human form. Unable to use a previous weapon, hence why I put in the... I sent you back to the barn. Unable to use a previous weapon due to now being too large for it, so put in natural weapons, so, you know, claws and fangs. And so yeah, like, I liked it. Never actually got to play that game, but I liked making the character. It's, I think the idea was that all of our characters were just like, you know, strangers on the street, whatever, and for some reason or another we were picked up for, like, say, Xavier's School for Gifted Children or something in those regards. And it's like, okay, well, how would our school have heard of your character? Like, did you send an application? Were you in trouble with the news? Like, I'd imagine that if a street fight turned into a dragon terrorizing some gangsters downtown, that would be on the news that the school would hear about and want to go, hey, let's take that dragon out of downtown. And I don't know if the game master agreed or disagreed with me, but that was my premise that I was... Like, that's my first draft premise. Like, hey, they heard the news of someone who had turned into a dragon downtown during a fight. That sounds like something that the school would be interested in getting involved in. And then, as far as I recall, it all went like, oh, I don't know. And then I never heard from them again. So I guess I didn't make the cut. Also played a Supers game where... Gosh, I barely remember. You could get different sorts of powers wherever you had to choose, like, a class to go for. And it's like so many to choose from, and I chose one where you could just make a duplicate of yourself. Now, the duplicate is supposed to not have any of your possessions, so, you know, no armor, no weapons, no clothing. Might or might not have your powers, but definitely does not have the power to make duplicates. And so it's just, hey, it's a utility thing. You can make a duplicate of yourself. But thanks to the GM, I was able to upgrade the power. So I had a character whose entire, like, the super part of the character was, can make, I think it was up to 4 clones of herself, But the clones have any clothing, armor, and weapons that the original has, not including any, like, legendary stuff. Any, like, legendary or unique type stuff or whatever, not allowed to keep. But, so I had a character who had, like, you know, like, knives and, like, SMGs. Just kept, like, pair of SMGs at her hips. She never used them, though, but they were always fully loaded. So she'd clone herself, and her clones would draw and just open fire at the SMGs. Dual-wield SMGs, just rain of bullets from 8 guns at once. If the clone runs, before the clone runs out of bullets, take out that clone, make a new clone. It's like the main character's actions every turn would be take out a clone, put in a new clone. And then the clones are just, yep, full auto fire. Just full on fire at whatever the target is. And that was just it. Just keep full firing. Just a solid rain of bullets at whomever's in front of us until they die. Keep the original in the back and just rain of bullets. And that was fun to use. Everyone else is all like, aha, I'll use my, like, ninjutsu stuff. It's like, aha, I'll hack into the enemy's weapons, blah, blah, blah. It's like, my character doesn't use smart guns. My character uses as dumb of guns as possible. I don't need accuracy. I don't need to, like, you know, stop the recoil. I don't need smart guns. I just need more bullets. Oh gosh, imagine that for something in Shadowrun. The character just makes clones of self and just... Like, that would be quite the Street Sam. It's like, you know, Street Sam, it's just firing 8 guns at once. The only modification to any of these guns is more bullets. It's just hold bigger bullets and fire more bullets. Don't even necessarily have to... I mean, I could do that with Shadowrun, just with drones. It's just like, make a character uses drones to do, like, everything. Including, it's like, oh hey, we're going to be in a street fight? Okay, let's just get, like, a bunch of drones that are filled up with bullets. Just to keep firing bullets like crazy. And that's my thing. I'm going to have the Yeah, mark my character, my other drones, and all allies with a special, like, marker thing that the drones can read. And just have the drones fire at any living target that does not have the marker on it. Or any moving target, that's it, not living. Any moving target that does not have the marker on it gets shot. And that way I don't have to pilot the drones. They're just shooting at anything that moves other than myself, my allies, and each other. Heck, they see a bullet running through the air. Hey, that doesn't have a marker on it, shoot it! It's like, yeah. It's just going back down to the gun store again. It's like, yeah, I need, 5,000 more bullets, thank you. And that's just it. Just character running a whole bunch of drones. Probably doesn't even have to get into the firefight itself. Just go in. Yeah, I should have run that by the Shadowrun groups and see if that would be allowed. Just character who runs drones, and drones are just made to fire a lot of bullets. I mean, can also do drones for other stuff. Can do drones for infiltration. I forgot the word. Do drones for... Oh yeah, that's right. Shadowrun. If you ever play Shadowrun, from my perspective, pretty much every run can be solved by kidnapping. Because sometimes you have to kill someone, okay? Kidnap them, kill them. Sometimes you have to steal an item, which is, you know, like kidnapping, but an item. Sometimes you just have to, like, keep a person hostage for a little while to get ransom for them. Hey, look, that's kidnapping. Like, if you just make a character who can use, like, the Matrix or use magic or whatever to sniff out a character, to sniff out some NPC no matter where they are, and if you can successfully kidnap them with no one being the wiser, boom, you got it. Heck, screw it. Get some Lays. L-A-E-S, I think it is. A drug that, when administered, makes the person forget the past couple of hours, minimum 1 hour, of their life. Kidnap them, interrogate them for information, give them the lays, and let them go.
Yeah. All right.
See, I could make a nice drone using character. It's like, oh, what, we need guns? Okay, I've got guns. Here's my guns. And the character, it's like, you want to see the gun show? And the character does that thing with a double flex, but they're actually just pointing up with both hands at the drones floating above them. Yeah, welcome to the gun show. I got some guns there, got some guns there. No, up. Got a nice van for kidnapping people. Got some drones in there as well. If I don't need to kidnap people, that's why I keep my drones. So yeah, get some like fly spies. Get some pigeon cams. Heck, get one drone that just works as a sniper. The drone just flies up to a building and just sits there ready to snipe at a target. Just drones, baby.
All right.
Well, that did not go as well as I would have liked. I only got 2 scales. Wow. I think the next couple of episodes might just be getting a lot more scales. That is unfortunate, but I finished droning on and on about this episode. Haha. I'm gonna finish eating my food and set this to upload and maybe try to do some Infinity Unlimited stuff, so that should be fun. Wish me luck. Hope I get all of the best pulls, right? Right?